Welcome to another episode of the Urban Homesteading channel, Out in the Woods edition. If this is your first visit in our channel, I want to give you a very warm welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you for visiting again. If today is your birthday, I want to wish you a very happy birthday. So here we are in our fire pit area, and we decided to create a fire pit cover that can serve as a table when we're not using the fire pit, and also can serve to cover the fire pit, right? So today, using scraps only, we're going to build this fire pit cover that can also be adapted to be used as a well cover, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or any other area that you want to cover. It is all built using pressure treated wood, so we expect it to last a long time. So we're going to count the diameter of our fire pit first, and it is 46. Let's do it on a couple of places just to make sure
that we made a good circle.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little less there, but
Okay.
all across.
We want the longest that we read.
Yeah, 46.
Okay. So we're going to go and check our scrap and see if we have the material, and we're going to move forward from that point on.
So we're going to cut this first board at the 46 inches that we measured.
That makes the wood more willing.
Okay, so this is our board that we cut to 46. We found the center point of the board both lengthwise and widthwise, and now we've put a nail in there,
And then we put we're going to use a string. We're going to tie it here, and on the other end we're going to tie a pencil in the end of the board, because that's where it's going to be our tallest part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to do that. We'll be right with you. So because we're trying to build this out of scrap, we don't want to go to the store and buy material. There are two things. We're not going to use identical boards, but we want it to have some symmetry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have the biggest, widest board in the middle, and then we have two little thinner boards on each side. And the idea is that as we move along, the boards are going to be becoming shorter and shorter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we'll have enough wood. We are creating we have a little piece of wood to give us the distance we want. We don't want them touching each other,
A spacer.
because we want water to get in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And shear. And as you can see already, Miss Wizard will show you, we just used the jig we created, and we are making the
curve.
curve.
This, because this is a circular fire pit, we're creating the curve.
Okay. So
Okay.
because we're using all scraps, we had to rip what was that, a 2x?
Mm-hmm.
To two pieces that there were 3/4, right? And the challenge we have here is because we want everything to be pressure treated, outside rated wood, because this is going to be outside, and we don't have as many scrap of outside rated wood.
Mm-hmm.
So we're using everything we have, right? We're throwing everything to the battle here. All right. So we're going to continue by putting that next to the ones we already have and marking them.
So again, what we did is we cut through it one time, and then when we came back through, we actually have this wedge from another project that we used, and we put that in the other end so that the board did not squeeze together and clamp on the blade, causing the saw to stop.
Right, and since this is not furniture, we're not going to bother putting that through the plane thickness, the thickness planer.
Right. But that the wedge actually really does help hold that board
Yeah.
apart so that you can make a good cut.
Absolutely. Here we are moving along. As you can see, keep marking the boards on both sides. And for us, this takes a little longer than it should because we're using our scrap and we have to modify wood and rip and do all kinds of things, right? I mean, if you just do it with store-bought lumber, specifically for this project, it will go a little faster. But because we're trying to use all our scrap, we have to do a little more work. But in any case, we have used all the things we have to lift it up. So now we have to move it down on the deck and finish the rest of it on the deck. Okay?
Okay.
So in our pursuit of not going to the store, we even use a 4x4, and we got 4 pieces of 3/4, right? And a really cool thin piece. We don't know what we're going to do with, but it's kind of cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're determined to use everything in our disposal for this project, right?
But we already have, yes.
So we're going to go out and see how far along this will get us.
Yep.
So here we are, more pieces added, and again, we're going to use our pencil to continue making our cut.
Marks, not cuts.
Marks, cut mark, cut.
You're not helping there. Get off the deck.
And we're getting close, I think. Wow. That is getting close.
Now we have paw prints on as decoration.
You know, that just adds to the character of the project, right?
Then Elpida will have to do her favorite band sewing. Definitely you could do this with a jigsaw too, right?
Yeah.
Close.
Really close.
Okay. We'll find what looks like will be our last piece, right?
2 pieces, last 2 pieces.
Yeah, but we'll probably have to resew something.
Mill something, okay.
Or maybe not. And the rest we'll do in the bandsaw as far as cuts go. So here is our dry fit, and as you can see, we have exactly what we were looking for, right? A nice circular cover. We're going to attach it, and we are going to put 2 handles on it, and we're going to be done. So we're going to show you that process. So we're going to use screws to attach in essence, what holds everything together. And hopefully we're not going to split it. It's not supposed to split. These are self-drilling screws, right?
Okay. Anything over there to help hold? I'll come around. Tell me when
I need a wedgie.
She needs a wedgie. There we go. So we have 2 of the 3 supports held. Working on the last one here. And we're just using 1 1/4 inch screws to secure these. Plenty of them. And the spacing for these boards is a little bit awkward because some of them have a little bit of a bow in them. And so we're just doing our best. Again, this is going to be outside. It's rustic. It's just to cover the fire pit. And the spacing of the boards is also just to allow that water to go in between and not pool on top. So as long as there's a space, I think that's what we're worried about, right?
Plus, we're working with all scraps, and
Yeah.
we're going to have to use whatever kind of shape wood you have.
Yeah, exactly. But so far, I think it's looking pretty good.
I don't think it's going to change much.
What do you mean it's not going to change?
So, so
much?
far it's looking pretty good. I don't think it will change how it looks.
No, but there's still a couple things to finish it up with, right?
So the next step is for us to attach handles that will make it easier to remove from the fire pit, right?
Right. We went and bought this.
It's the only things we bought for the project, right?
Sturdy enough,
Yep.
you know, was not very expensive, but it's definitely going to do the trick, and it looks like it was custom made for this project.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got these screws, but we are going to drill pilot holes for this.
Well, for 2 reasons. They're not self-drilling screws, and they are towards the edge of our piece. So
Mm-hmm.
there are 2 reasons to actually drill pilots.
Didn't mean to go all the way through.
That's all right. You think we need to, or is just a matter of aesthetics?
I think it's easier to manipulate this too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
So
Okay.
in the exact same manner, we're going to attach the other one here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And this will be it for this. Here we are finished. We added the two handles that we said, and that will make it easy for us to manipulate it on and off our fire pit.
Mm-hmm.
You ready for me? All right, friends, and this is our project for today. Again, the only thing we bought for today's projects were the two handles. So we continue in our series of minimize your scrap pile, right? And use it to make things.
Yeah. Maximize your opportunity with what you've got left over.
Absolutely. And a small sidebar, this is untreated wood that we used many months ago and has sit in the weather for some time now. And you can see it's really in great shape. It is weathering very well.
And that's because we did the Shusugi ban
Correct.
method.
Mm-hmm.
But it is untreated wood. That's the point. Is that
Right.
untreated wood will rot in a month. No, it doesn't. It has to sit in water to rot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is an important thing to keep in mind. Anyway, our effective cost for this was $0, or how much were the handles?
It was about $10 for the two handles.
Right, but you don't even need the handles per se. We wanted them, right?
Yep.
It is not necessary. And even if you were to buy the wood and the handles, you're talking a sub $50 project. But most people have enough scrap to do this.
And if you like a more, a smoother, more table-like look, you could flip this one over.
Yeah, you have to make it the connection shorter, so to account
Well,
for
it'll
the,
sit just slightly above the rim of the fire pit
right. I guess.
blocks, but it would still serve.
All right, friends. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, we'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the other button twice. Share, like, subscribe, and comment. Let us know. Is that a project you like, you enjoy? Do you want to see similar projects from our channel in the future? From Dr. Wizard, Mrs. Wizard, Elpida, and the Urban Homesteading channel, stay safe, put your masks on, get vaccinated if you have not done so. So we're going to see you again with future episodes in our channel. Stay safe, friends.